Okay guys, may I have your attention please? We are going to start with essay writing today, and in this short video I'm going to tell you how to write advantages, disadvantages essay. I'm going to give you a template. Well, let me tell you, I am against using any template in IELTS writing, because when examiners identify that this is template or this candidate used this template, you will get substantially low band score, right? So it is important to keep in mind not to use the template. But now what is the template? Template is one student told me, I go to IELTS coaching center, they have given me 21 sentences, you can write them in any essay. Okay, 21 sentences, you can just put them anywhere. So that type of template is dangerous. Dangerous means it will be out of word count. They have a marking criteria, that is what we call cramming. So it will fall in that category and it's out. They will not give you any band score for that. Never write any sentence in your essay that can come in any essay. Like, you know, different people have different opinions. This is a very common sentence students try to write. Or there are some other sentences like that which do not convey any relevant idea, but actually, you know, they try to tell the examiner that, look, my English is so high, give me 8 band now, okay? But the remaining sentences, yeah, I mean, if you're wearing very nice dress and shoes are shining brightly but socks are torn from somewhere, say, okay, we can see actually gurbat from there, okay? All that. So in essay writing also, your poverty, your gurbat will be shown. Even if you try to write the first sentence very good, I apply very good, what do you call that thing, base on my face, huh? Base is very good and this is very good and all that, but examiners can scan all that thing, okay? So anyways, let's take a start with advantages, disadvantages. The template which I am going to give you, this does not contain complete sentences. This template is to achieve coherence and cohesion of your essay. Number one. Number two, this template will help you to achieve task achievement, or we call it task response as well. When you follow this template, you will be able to follow the proper topic in a proper way, and you should at least know all 4 essay types. Like if it is advantages, disadvantages essay, okay, I know I'm going to write these many paragraphs. If it is opinion essay, I know these many paragraphs and what to write in each paragraph. That's what we are going to discuss. So this is the template which we are going to discuss, okay? All right, now first of all, let's talk about advantages and disadvantages essay. I'll be quick because you already know a lot of things about that, so I'll be very quick here. The formula is write an introduction to the topic, the first paragraph. Think of 2 advantages to the situation, second and third paragraph. Think of 2 disadvantages, 4th and 5th paragraph. And write a short conclusion, that is 6th paragraph. And it's a good idea to write 6 paragraphs, and 4 body paragraphs should be kept short, because you are writing 2 advantages in 2 separate paragraphs. So that's why body paragraphs should be short. Otherwise, if you want to write 2 advantages in 1 paragraph, then you can keep your paragraph long. But if you write 1 idea in 1 paragraph, that is much better. Coherence and cohesion will be very fine if you just talk about 1 advantage in 1 paragraph with a very short or brief example, little explanation and 1 concluding sentence, right? So plan is first introduction, then advantage with example, then advantage number 2 with example, disadvantage number 1 with example or explanation. Now it is not compulsory that you must give example. With 1 advantage, you can give example. With other advantage, you can elaborate that. You can give explanation. So it's not that, and by the way, example you can furnish, you can make an example on your own. But never write personal things in your essay. It's not that, give an example. One of the uncles who used to live in my neighborhood, Or once what happened, I was going in the street and I saw this. Never write any personalized statement, any story, any statistics, any numbers, any survey that was conducted. So you should not write that. Okay, so the plan is that you're going to write 6 paragraphs. Now, the first paragraph, that is what we call introduction. Always remember, in introduction, you can comfortably write 3 sentences. Whatever the type of the essay is, you can comfortably write 3 sentences. Sentence number 1 is what we call general sentence about the topic. Whatever the topic is, that's what we also call plotting. You can give some background statement of that. If the topic is about smoking at public places, you say these days you will find a majority of people who prefer smoking at public places like gardens, parks, and bus stations or anything like that. So the first sentence is always, or you can call it the background statement. Background statement, general sentence about the topic, or anything like that. Now, after writing the first sentence, the second sentence, or the purpose of writing the second sentence is to tell the examiner that I have understood the topic. So second sentence is paraphrasing the topic in your own words. Whatever the topic is, reword it. We use two things, reword or rearrange. You can reword the ideas or you can rearrange the ideas. Use different words, use synonyms and all that. Okay, that is second sentence. And the third sentence is what we call your thesis sentence, or in simple language you can call it your plan. And by the way, from third sentence, examiner will get to know, or you will tell the examiner the type of essay you are writing. I mean, examiner gave you a topic. In third sentence, you tell the reader that the essay type is this and my point of view on this essay is this if it is opinion essay. For example, in this essay, I will discuss the merits of going to a foreign country along with some drawbacks. Reader is clear that this is advantages, disadvantages essay. Now just imagine they give you advantages, disadvantages essay and you write, in my opinion, and then you give your opinion. Examiner say, look at this. I gave opinion, advantages, disadvantages. This gentleman has written opinion essay. So 3 sentences, background statement, rewording the topic, and thesis sentence or your plan, and that plan will tell the examiner or the reader the type of essay. Okay, now, and for that we have the sentences here. In the template, you can see we've got the sentences here. This template is attached with the video also. You can find the link in description box for this template. Like nowadays, write a general sentence about the topic and all that. So you can find all these things on the template. Now we move on to second paragraph, or that is first body paragraph. There you're going to write one advantage. Okay. Now, always remember, whenever you write, you need to keep 4 things in mind. Number 1, task response. Whatever you write, that must be relevant. So relevance is the first thing. Task achievement or task response means whatever you write, that is related to the topic. Okay. After this, the second thing is grammatical range and accuracy. Now listen very carefully. In the body of your essay, body paragraph of your essay, try to write minimum 2 and maximum 3 or 4 compound sentences. Do not write just, simple sentence. You need to write compound sentences, because when you write compound sentences, you achieve coherence and cohesion at the same time, because you need to join compound sentences with the help of some connecting phrase or connecting word. So that will actually help you. Number 1 thing. Another thing is, whenever you start a sentence in the body paragraph, you must tell what that sentence is. How? First of all, now you are telling, this is the first point. If you're writing another sentence, by this I mean, or what I want to say, by this I think or I believe, something like that. That is your second sentence. If you give an example, you must write for instance, for example. And if you're going to conclude that very paragraph, then you can write consequently, as a result, hence, and all that. Now, let's talk about advantages, disadvantages essay, body paragraph. First of all, you will present one clear advantage. Like you say, first of all, if you study in a foreign country, you can achieve foreign degree. Now this is your first point, right? So after writing the first sentence in body paragraph, second sentence should explain that first sentence, right? Because now you're going to expand the topic, right? First advantage, one sentence, and that must be a compound sentence. Second sentence will explain that very idea further. Now don't come back. You need to go beyond. Do you understand? I mean, you mentioned one advantage. Now you are expressing further on that. It's not that you say this is very useful, this is a good advantage, that is the benefit, and something like that, okay? So don't move in circles. You need to expand the topic, right? After that, if you have any clear example, and remember, you don't know whether your essay is going to be marked by a native, like a local examiner or international examiner. So it's a good idea not to write anything that only your countrymen can understand. If I write an essay and say, in Lahore, in model town, in Ichra, okay, in there, so examiner, Ishra, what is Ishra? I don't know, Ishra, anything like that. So you never know who the examiner is. So please just write for global examiners. I mean, instead of Lahore, you can write London and all that. So you can just change the things like that, right? So this is what is important. So you can give an example. After example, remember, each body paragraph should have a conclusion, or you can call it at the end of the paragraph, you must connect it with the main topic. So finally you say, therefore, or as a result, you can enjoy a good career after the completion of a foreign degree. I mean, you just concluded that very idea. Is that clear? Yes. So for this, all the phrases are here. You can just see that. In the same way, you will write next body paragraph, advantage number 2. First advantage, and you will write secondly. When you write secondly, means ek roti khaiye ab dusri khane lage hain, right? So secondly, then after that you can explain that very advantage. If you have a relevant example, good. Otherwise, you can just elaborate. You can just explain that idea, and at the end, don't forget to close that very paragraph. Closing means say, so therefore, as a result, consequently, and then paragraph is closed. Never leave anything open that you are discussing, all of a sudden you finish. Okay, so you should have proper paragraphing, and again remember, minimum 2 compound sentences. And you can learn to write compound sentences from the books. We've got sample answers. I told you last time, just write one compound sentence on top of the paper and then try to copy that and change it into other topics, and you can just see where there is the comma, where there is connecting word, and you can practice it like that. Okay, now for example, if there is a sentence, I would like to go to a foreign country because it is quite useful and you have a nice career there. Next, I would like to start my own business because your business can give you good profit and you can earn more money. So just one type and then copy that. This is the easiest and simplest way of learning grammar. Otherwise, English grammar is so deep, like that takes ages and all that. Okay, after that, in the same way, you'll be writing disadvantages. First advantages, advantage number 1, advantage number 2, disadvantage number 1, and you must guide the reader at every point. How to guide the reader? This sentence is my topic sentence. This sentence is my explanation. This sentence is my example. This sentence is my conclusion. This is how you guide the reader, and we call it coherence and cohesion. So you must guide the reader very, very properly. So then you'll see, and when you use connecting words or when you use the phrases for coherence and cohesion, you must use comma. So it can be a wonderful essay. Finally, when you do conclusion of your essay, so in conclusion, first of all, you will paraphrase the topic. First, you tell the reader this is the conclusion. How to tell the reader this is the conclusion? To conclude, right? In a nutshell, to conclude, to summarize, and all that. And then you will write, you will paraphrase the topic. But remember just one thing, repetition is the band killer. Repetition is the repetition of ideas, repetition of phrases, repetition of same words time and again. They just ask you the first advantage is, the second advantage is, we have another advantage, 2 more advantages, 5 more advantages. See that? So it should not be like that. I mean, you are telling the examiner that give me 4.5. I deserve 4.5 because I'm using the same language time and again. So examiner will give you the band score on what you present, right? So if you're going to present something good, it's genuine, it's original, there must not be any crammed thing in your essay that does not match with the rest of the things. Like for example, if I'm wearing very dirty clothes, very dirty clothes, and say, look at my watch, it's Samsung Galaxy Gear, right? So I mean, say Samsung Galaxy Gear and look at his clothes. Clothes do not match with the watch. So same way, if you write any beautiful sentence or any unusual sentence and you think this one sentence will bring me 7.5, I watched a video on YouTube. They said this word will give you 7.5 and you try to put those words there, so that will not help you at all. In conclusion, number 1, paraphrase the topic, right? Number 2, give one sentence summary of advantages. And again, this sentence must be a compound sentence. How compound? One sentence summary of advantages, and the second part of the sentence will contain the summary of disadvantages, right? For example, you give the advantages and say on the other hand, and then you just, and it should be a compound sentence. And finally, at the end of your essay, whatever the type of the essay is, you must give your opinion. In advantages, disadvantages essay, you might be surprised. Say, why opinion? It's not an opinion essay. Come on. Why are you writing the essay? Number 1, the purpose of writing advantages, disadvantages essay is to see whether advantages are more or disadvantages are more. So you need to just give your opinion. When you write your essay, you will never take any side. You are impartial. I'm talking about advantages, disadvantages essay. You are impartial. But when you conclude, then you say advantages outweigh disadvantages or disadvantages outweigh advantages. And when you write this sentence, you need to write, if you want to say advantages outweigh disadvantages, then you need to write a global advantage. Now listen, what is global advantage? Global advantage doesn't mean international advantage. Global advantage means overall benefit. You wrote 2 benefits in 2 body paragraphs, but now you're going to write a bigger benefit, that is the overall benefit. So finally, before giving your opinion in the last sentence, first you will write overall benefit, and then you say the advantages in terms of that global advantage or global disadvantage, and then you can say advantages outweigh disadvantages or disadvantages outweigh advantages. But for the most part, the topics that they give you, I mean, there usually advantages are more and disadvantages are less. So at the end you can say, in my opinion, or finally, as far as I am concerned, I think the advantages in terms of one global advantage outweigh any negatives or any disadvantages. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.